Greetings of peace. So the theme came up of lost and found. Lost and found. Most places you go with a purpose, they're going to have lost and found there. Especially amusement parks, they should have lost and found. So you lose your children, now I gotta find them. But the theme keeps coming up because in this day and time, at least in my experience, it's common for me to experience being lost. So much information, so much stimulation, so much busyness. I was like, where's my center? What am I learning now? I mean, the good part about that's the bad news, kind of being lost, but the good side of it is if you're lost, that means there's something to discover. There's something to be found. Let me turn this down. It's a fulfilling experience when you've come to this state of loss to come into another state of discovery, to reconnect with what you've been looking for. So another question comes, does the river ask for the ocean, or does the ocean ask for the river? Does the river ask for the ocean, or does the ocean ask for the river? A rhetorical question to think about. I would say it's probably mutual. It's just part of life that when there's enough water flowing in the river, it's going to look for its destination. It's going to look for its place of connection. And along the way, okay, that river is going to benefit the surroundings that it goes through. Wherever you find a river, you find, growth and foliage. And then you come to that place of the ocean. What is that ocean? You could say many things. It may be the divine presence. It may be an ocean of wisdom, beauty. You choose or you discern. When you're feeling lost, what are you really looking for, or what is your soul calling for? Can you identify that? Because when you go to Lost and Found, if you don't know what you're looking for, they're not going to give it to you. Oh, I lost something. Well, what did you lose? I can't describe it. I don't know. Well, you're not going to have it here then. So it asks us to be still responsible, even though we lost something or we feel lost. We take some responsibility for that, to look into the situation and identify what's happening. Oh, I'm learning. I have to learn to have more acceptance. I have to learn to accept peace. Acceptance is a big subject too, because a lot of people, they become givers. They identify as a giver, but receiving, you can't give what you don't have. So if you can receive well and effectively, that makes your giving empowered as well. If you can receive peace and guidance, then you'll find that you can more accurately help others find their center, their way, their strength. So that lost and found idea, very important in human life, that we will become bewildered in life. If I meet a person who's never been lost, what does that mean? I don't know. Someone who always has it together. The most advanced people that I've met are people who can admit when they're bewildered in life. They have they may have this strong presence, a strong ability to share with others effectively, but when you get close to them, they can also be vulnerable. They can also be honest about what they're experiencing of loss as well. They're the ones that when they go to the lost and found, they can say, oh, my keys have this shape, my key has this shape, and it has this color on it. So they come familiar with their mind. They come familiar with their emotions, their soul, their spiritual side, the inner side of themselves. They're honest about it. So the universe or the source can respond and connect. So that responsibility puts you in a place where you can be empowered in your spiritual journey, in your emotional journey, in your emotional journey, in your growth journey. Maybe people take responsibility through journaling. Maybe people take responsibility through meditation. They take responsibility by listening to their intuition. So to be able to open up to what the universe or the source of everything, the source of abundance. We live in a society that we have much material things, but then we also have so much depression, so much anxiety, so much of a sense of dissatisfaction. And then you may go to a country where they have dirt floors, they have simple beds, and so forth. But there's an abundance of community. There's an abundance of purpose. And it's not one or the other. It's just life. How do we, in the midst of all this abundance of information, abundance of different belief systems, abundance of politics, all this, when we become lost in it, how do we find ourselves? How do we orient ourselves to that love and respect that's the basis of all life? If I boil down my insecurities, if I boil down my sense of displacement, if I boil down my sense of alienation, if I gather up, oh, I'm lacking love, I'm lacking respect in my consciousness. Love and respect within the heart, love and respect within the mind. For that to be opened in my life, that gives me hope, that gives me confidence. It's like that fuel it's that water that guides you towards the ocean. The more love and respect present, no, I can't necessarily manufacture it, but I can be receptive to it. I can intend it. I can receive it, share it as I can appropriately. It moves me towards an ocean of abundance. It moves me towards an ocean of connectedness, purpose. And then I can become lost again. And then found again. And that's part of the journey of life. We become lost. A person can become lost in their righteousness, their religiousness. They lose sight. And then they learn again. Oh, wow, I became arrogant. Oh, wow, I became so zealous that I've been harming such and so forth, alienating so forth. So then they reorient and come back to the base of love, respect, that what the soul is happy with is the feeling of love, feeling of honor, respect. So, to be lost, to be found, that when we're lost, don't despair. Actually, it's a signal to say, oh, I hope. It's a signal that you can bring hope to. Oh, wow, I'm a little bewildered today. One part of us can panic, but then there's another side that's awake and can say, okay, what's going to be discovered today? What's going to be found today, reclaimed in my life? It's a positive spin. It's a good spin. So hopefully we each can take benefit by reflection, by meditation, paying attention, that we don't need to deny when we feel lost or lost, but we can be open to the gift of rediscovering, reconnecting, reorienting towards a more fulfilled life, more fulfilled action, culture, belief. All right. So with that, we'll continue with about 15 minutes of meditation. Just turning in, allowing your senses to turn inward and open, to open from within. To appreciate all of the space within us through which energy, oxygen travels. The lungs opening, receiving oxygen, and releasing. And those lungs, appreciating the movement of the lungs, those areas of attention needed to gain awareness and relaxation and receptivity. That each breath carries with it a tremendous support of honing the mind, honing one's energy and awareness, allowing the mind's awareness to travel deeper in and through the body, and from the lungs to the heart. In every dimension of ourself, there's contraction and expansion. There's that sense of disoriented and reoriented. To breathe with acceptance of that pattern and rhythm of life. Sense of love and respect flowing through the breath, flowing through the heart. Containing the compassion, the forgiveness, the spaciousness. That the heart is like the sun shining to the rest of the organs, through the water in the body, through the bloodstream. opening up to that power of radiance within your being. The heart, the mind feeds and reflects from radiance. That radiance traveling through the body, each cell receiving what it needs of energy, of light, of oxygen. Countless systems running in harmony. Appreciating and affirming that with the breath from the top of one's head over and through the head, through the forehead, over the eyes, over the ears, each part of our being receptive to the light and energy of peace, of abundance, support, guidance. That awareness flowing down over the face, through the neck, down the back of the spine, breathing with and through each vertebrae. That sense of unity building through your being, through your field of light, field of support, over the shoulders, down through the arms, into the elbows, over the forearms, into the wrists, that presence of peace and energy radiating through the palms, into the fingers and through into the fingertips. The palms like the full moon, a reflection through the heart, into the palms, both releasing and receptive. Appreciating that energy field through which love and peace can transmit, protect, regenerate, revive. through the sternum, over the chest. A breath of compassion, drawing from an ocean of wisdom, ocean of support, dressing upon one's chest, heart, vital organs. In and through the stomach, esophagus, over the internal organs, down into the hips, over the thighs, the backs of the thighs. Energy flowing in and through into the knees, down and through the calves, over and through the shins, in and through the ankles, the bottoms of the feet, tops of the feet, through the toes, as if the feet sitting at that shore of a beautiful ocean, lake, body of water. That expansiveness, that ocean before us, horizons extending out, the mist coming forward. That freshness and familiarity of goodness in each breath. Sense of the mist of the ocean, lightening the body, opening up the energy within and around, from that gaze of the heart, that core of our being, opening up to a larger sense of compassion, unity. Each cell, each atom dressed from that abundance of compassion, abundance of guidance, whatever attribute needed, intuitively, unspoken of, just to receive from that deep sensation of awareness. Broader sense of the universe, the atomic structure opening, that beauty of space, the beauty of the stars. That energy and movement of the universe, that love and brilliance to which we are all connected. Into the color of green, that color of the earth, that color of the garden, timeless garden, the trees reaching into the earth, receiving from deep water and mineral life, the branches extending above, timeless trees, timeless fruits, blossoms. That sense of radiance and fragrance, nourishing and resonating through each cell. Mountains and valleys available to witness, centering, embodying us in generosity and whatever beautiful attributes needed. Beneath all that, that secret of water that courses through the garden, that indeed love is the water of life. Centered in love, enlivened by love, growing through love. Acknowledging that at the core of our being, the core of all beings, whether hidden or discovered, that beautiful potential. Slowly opening the eyes, thanksgiving, humility, peace, joy. Slowly opening back into the intention of the day.